Hearty. Yusuf came late from work again today. However, he did not forget to bring toys for his sons. He was happy to see them playing, and sometimes even started playing with them. Faiza, who was busy cooking, suddenly his eyes fell on his daughters Isha and Fajr, who were looking at their father and brothers with longing eyes, even sitting so far away. Faiza could see the tears in their eyes. Feelings of resentment for Yusuf rose in Faiza's heart. She quickly finished work and came to Yusuf and asked, "What have you brought for Isha and Fajr?" Yusuf looked at Faiza with surprise and said, "What would I have brought for them? On the way, I saw toys for Nile and Bilal, so I bought them." Hearing this, Faiza got very angry, and they both had a fight. Every time it was like this. Yusuf always brought something for Nile and Bilal, but rarely brought anything for his daughters. Faiza was now becoming convinced that Yusuf loves sons more than daughters. Tanisha and Fajr longed for the love of their father, a strong hatred, for she started to express her hatred towards Bilal and Nile, but kept quiet because of Yusuf. Yusuf was very worried about this behavior of Faiza. He did not understand why Faiza behaved like this with children. Faiza's heart thought, if Nile and Bilal were not there, Yusuf would give all his attention and love to Isha and Fajr. Now she would think this all the time. She used to stay and do all the work with absent mind. Due to Faiza's constant absent-mindedness, Yusuf talks to her about the problem that is bothering her. She avoids it every time. One day Yusuf returned home from work, and he felt a strange feeling in the atmosphere of the house. His world had turned upside down. He had left Nile safely in the morning, and now he was dead in the courtyard. The most surprising thing was that instead of sadness in Faiza's eyes, there was horror. He was still in this shock that a few months later Yusuf received the news of the sudden death of his 4-year-old son Bilal. Yusuf could not believe that his 2 sons were no longer in this world. What has he done for which he has received such a great punishment? He sometimes suspected his wife that maybe she had a hand in the death of his sons, but he thought that no mother could ever kill her children. Faiza felt short of breath all the time. She thought her children were calling her. She would wake up at night and scream. Faiza could see the spirits of her children. Yusuf first thought that it might still be in shock. He would explain to her lovingly, but nothing would have any effect on Faiza. Faiza's condition was getting worse day by day. Yusuf got a lot of treatment, but it was in vain. Yusuf planned to go away from home for some time, so that Faiza could get out of this shock as soon as possible. But there was no significant effect on Faiza's health. One day Faiza was lost in deep thoughts, long enough to normalize it was trying to. Suddenly she started asking, "Did you love your sons very much?" "Yes, I love my children very much. But why are you asking this? If you find out that someone has killed your children, what will you do?" "I will not think for a minute and kill him like he did my children." After that day, Faiza became more depressed. Now she was delirious, remembering her sons, saying things that made Yusuf's heart doubt again. One day Yusuf came home earlier than usual. Faiza was sitting on a high mound, looking around when suddenly her eyes fell on Isha and Fajr, who were busy playing with their father. Faiza felt happy seeing this. Along with this, He also felt the great loss of his sons. He started seeing the voices and flames of Nile and Bilal everywhere, and he felt his mind bursting. His breath started to stop. Yusuf's eyes suddenly fell on Faiza. Seeing her deteriorating condition, Yusuf ran towards her, but Faiza's words stopped him. I killed my children. I killed my sons. Yusuf gave a hateful look at Faiza and asked, "How can you do all this? You killed your children with your own hands. What kind of mother are you? You are not even worthy to be called mother. No mother can be so cruel. Why did you do that? I have done all this for my daughters. You always loved Nile and Bilal. You did not care about Isha and Fajr." Hearing this, Yusuf became even more furious. Just as Nile and Bilal were for me, so were Isha and Fajr. I did not make a difference. The difference was in your thinking. You have become a psychotic patient, and I and my daughters cannot live with you anymore. Today you have killed your sons for your daughters. Tomorrow you will kill your daughters for someone else. I will go away from your life forever, and now the court will decide your punishment." He left, Faiza crying, and went to the girls. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.